Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the varsity swim meet intramural swim thing. First one of the year.
Very first heat of event 1, which is the girls 200-yard medley relay. We'll see Godwin Bernie in lane 4, and then Coolin in lane 5.
First for lane 4, so those are going to she's in lane 1 down there.
So okay, it's 1 and 8. 1 and 8.
Is 8. Yeah.
Okay.
So it goes.
Because of COVID protocols, the relays are going to be pretty different today. The first group of swimmers are going to start in lane 1 and 8, and then it'll go to 2 and 7, then 3 and 6, and finally 4 and 5.
Which is like more than basketball. So who's in lane 1?
Elizabeth, Godwin Byron, and Coolin. Is that how you say that?
Can we just say this right here?
Just to reiterate, the first swimmers are in 1 and 8, and it'll work its way down towards the middle.
So Godwin Byron off to an early lead. Coming out of the push-off. She pushes into her next lap.
Next event will be the boys 200-yard medley relay.
Got about a half-second lead right now. Pushing for the wall. And in comes Mary Stewart Hawkins and Olivia DeRosier with the breaststroke. So Hawkins is going to extend the lead for her team a little bit. There's a late game surge from Olivia DeRosier as she slowly gains. And in comes Charlotte Wishnack and Emma Stevens in lanes 6 and 3.
Wishnack up ahead here. It's the final lap. We'll see in lane 4, we'll see Grace Perkins against Mimi Reynolds. Pretty close right now. Perkins is in the lead.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed jump off the stand for Perkins, or excuse me, for Mimi Reynolds. And that's really going to give that first team with Grace Perkins the lead and the advantage. So,
seed time before this was 1 minute and 46 seconds. First team had 1 minute and 54, and the second finished at 1 minute and 58. So a bit off of their seed time. We'll be watching the event 2, which is the boys 200 medley relay here. Aubrey Bowles is going up against Joe Sullivan in lanes 1 and 8. Aubrey has the early lead, but Sullivan's not far behind. Jumping in next is Will Stevens against Jamie Boyd. Stevens up ahead in the breaststroke. Lane 3, we'll see Brandon Moore against Weston Williams in lane 6. Moore has the early leap here. First team's looking very solid, pulling ahead early. To finish this up, it's Emery Wise versus Carter Perkins. Wise jumps in a few seconds before Perkins. See if he can make a comeback. Wise finishing this off strong. So our first team will take the win here. Seed time before was 133. They finished at 139, and then the second team came in at 143, so not far behind.
It was a great job by Aubrey Bowles, first swimmer to compete in that relay. And he really helped get ahead for his team. And
it's event 3 here, girls 200-yard freestyle.
Oh my goodness.
In lane 3 is Sally Lumpkin, lane 4. Riley Valero, in lane 5, Molly Nystrom.
What even is this? 100-yard freestyle.
Vallejo in the lead early here. Her seed time was better than the other two. We'll see if she can beat her previous record.
Yeah.
Now halfway done with this race. Vallejo's really pulling ahead. Molly Nystrom in lane 5 is still in the race, though. One more lap for them, and they'll be done.
Yeah, really commanding lead for Valho right now.
This is definitely her event to win.
Yeah, she's definitely pulling away with this one.
It's looking like she could break her record here if she pushes. And Vallejo finishes at 2:02.99, only 3 seconds behind her original. Nystrom finishes second with a time of 2:12. And Lumpkin has now finished with a time of 2:29.
This goes to 5, I guess.
We are skipping event 4 today, which would have been the boys 200 free. There weren't enough people signing up for it. So we'll skip right to event number 5, which is the girls 200-yard IM.
I am. Loved doing that back in the day when I was a mite.
Lane 1, we'll see Morgan Rogers. Lane 2, Grayson Brumley. Lane 3, Olivia DesRosiers. Lane 4, Charlotte Wishnack. Lane 5, Mary Stewart Hawkins. Lane 6, Emma Stevens. And lane 7, Maddie Stevens. Wishnack and Hawkins, their seeds time are 2:07 and 2:07, both super close. So they're favored here. That'll be a great race between the two of them. And they are both currently in the lead, but also in lane 3. DesRosiers just close behind.
Next is going to be the boys 200-yard IM. Swimmers to that event should be on the wall behind the blocks, please.
Wishnack and Hawkins neck and neck right now. Here they go into the second lap. Looks like Hawkins has a slight lead, but not by much. And Wishnack pushes ahead.
What lap are we? Lap how many? 8? This is the last one.
So here's the final lap. And they're still neck and neck. We see a slight final surge in lane 6. Excuse me, lane 5.
Lane 4 comes in first just by 0.2 seconds.
Wow.
It's as close as it gets right there. So that's Wishnack taking first place, but Hawkins super close behind in second. DesRosiers came in third with a score of 2:21. Fourth was Emma Stevens, followed by Maddie Stevens. And then lane 2, Grayson Brumley, followed by Morgan Rogers.
So up next we got the boys 200-yard IM featuring Robbie Joyner and Ethan Smith.
There's only 2 here, so should be a very competitive race.
Robbie Joyner off to the early lead. Not leading by much, though.
These IMs really come down to specific strokes. If one person's a lot better at one, they'll pull ahead.
Into the second lap. Backstroke. Robbie Joyner got a slightly bigger lead after that push off the wall. But Ethan Smith isn't far behind. Robbie Joyner, a freshman, looking to make an impact on this swim team who won states last year. Into the third stroke. And Smith looked like he had fallen behind, but he's getting back into it here with the breaststroke.
If he can close his gap a little bit, it'll all come down to freestyle at the end. Joyner's looking like he'll end up finishing this.
Oh my God. Having some clock difficulties right now. And Joyner will finish first with a time of 2:25.60. Not far behind was Ethan Smith with a time of 2:29.90. Nice friendly handshake between the two.
I won't have enough time to comment all of the names, but this is the girls 50 freestyle here, so it'll be a super quick race.
Whoa.
Looks like every lane is filled except for lane 4 here. So there's 7 competitors. Lane 5 and lane 6 are neck and neck. But lane 6 does finish first with a time of 27.8, followed by lane 5 with a time of 28.23. It's heat 2 of the 50 free. There's a swimmer in every single lane.
Swimmers take your mark.
Looks like lane 1 is in the lead right now. That is Adele Hudson. But the middle 2 lanes, 5 and 6, are pulling up. This is going to be a close one. Lane 1 does come in first with a time of 29.61, followed by lane 6, which is 30.12. And then just right behind that is lane 5 with 30.17. That was a close race between 5 and 6.
Extremely.
This is the last heat of the girls 50 free. All the lanes are filled up. Looks like Godwin Burney had the fastest time. That's her pulling ahead in lane 4. Looks like she'll have this, no question. She finishes with a time of 25.02, which is just behind her seed. That was a great race right there from all the swimmers. Next up is the boys' 50-yard free. There'll be 3 heats just like the girls. Lane 7 and 5 in the early lead. This would be a tight race between the two of them. And that's first place Nathan Parker, followed by lane 5, Jack Alejandro. Sheet 2 of 3, the boys 50-yard freestyle.
Oh my goodness.
Coach Illinois has the fastest seed out of them, but it's really close with William Edwards and Brandon Davis. And they're neck and neck coming up to the end. And that is Coach Illinois with the win,
I think that might have been the fastest heat we've seen.
followed by Brandon Davis.
A 3-second difference between first and last.
Here's
Very
heat 3 of 3
competitive.
of the boys 50. Emery Wise has the fastest seed. He is in lane 4. Looks like he's neck and neck with lane 5, so this will be a close one. And he does come in first with a time of 22.59, followed by lane 5, which is Nick Washington.
Restart at 4:20.
So it looks like we're going to jump to event 11 here, which is the girls' 100-yard butterfly.
We will be taking a break in between the 50 free and the butterfly. So we'll join you back when that starts.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. First up, we got event 11, the girls 100-yard butterfly, featuring Alder Dickey, Elizabeth Godwin-Burney, third time we've seen her today, and Emma Stevens.
Dickey's in lane 3. Goodwin Burney's in lane 4, and Stevens is in lane 5.
I was just corrected. It's Goodwin-Burney, so sorry about that.
Looks like Goodwin Burney had the fastest seed out of the 3, and she is in the lead right now. Looks like she's really pulling ahead. Something crazy would have to happen for her to lose.
Yeah, I believe Goodwin-Burney has won all of her heats today.
Her top time is 58, looking like she might beat it here.
.58.5. Is that a new record?
That does beat it. Her pass time was 58.59, and she's got 58.51. Beat it by .07 seconds.
Well done. Shaved off 1/10 of a second. Not too bad.
Next is the event 12, boys 100-yard butterfly. Lane 3 is Brandon Davis. Lane 4 is T. Bowles. And lane 5 is Brandon Moore.
Brandon Moore with the early lead here. I guess with the lead, not really early lead anymore. And he's going to pull away here. T. Bowles
had the fastest lead, but Brandon Davis.
Isn't it 50 yards down?
Brandon Davis is clearly in the lead here. This might be a little bit of an upset.
Yeah, Brandon Moore really established himself last year as one of the really strong freshman swimmers. He's looking to once again prove himself and top his times. And he got a time of 52.93. And he shaved off nearly 3 seconds off his PR time.
T. Bowles only 2 seconds behind his PR. So not a bad race from him either. Going directly into event number 13, the girls 100-yard freestyle. Lane 3 is Claire Wise. Lane 4 is Charlotte Baxter. And lane 5, Lauren Bennett. Both lane 3 and lane 5 don't have a seed, so this will set it for them.
Boys, 100-yard freestyle, event 14 will be the next event. Heat 1 should be on the wall behind the blocks. Heat 1, boys, 100-yard freestyle on the wall behind the blocks, please.
So it looks like Lauren Bennett will take this one. Time of 106.67. Claire Wise at 109.42. Oh my goodness. What is this? Second heat.
Second heat of 100-yard freestyle.
We got a full pool for this one.
Grace Perkins in lane 4 had the best seed, and she's showing it right now by taking a very early lead.
Wow.
Lane 3 and lane 5 are both close second. But it looks like that number 1 spot is locked in for Perkins. She does come in first there with a time of 59.62. It's 3 seconds off of her PR.
Boys 100-yard freestyle.
So here's the boys' 100-yard free race. First of 2 heats.
Swimmers take your mark.
He's got to control that mic. Jeez.
Fastest time out of them was lane 4, and that is Wyatt Townsend with a time of 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Boys 100-yard freestyle, heat 2. Swimmers behind the block.
And he's in the lead, but he's followed pretty closely by lane 6, Alex Reynolds. Actually, it looks like Scott Butterfield in lane 2 is taking the lead now.
Very close race for this one. Going to come down to this final lap. All of them are pretty much right with each other.
Butterfield up by half a body. Looks like he will win this. Spot for second. Looks like lane.
He is slowing down. We're seeing a late surge from 7. Oh, and he is going to win.
Comes in first with a time of 1 minute
Gotta
and
stop
3
that.
seconds.
Not even using that word right.
He didn't have a time before, so that's his set speed. Lane 4 with Wyatt Townsend came in first there. This is heat 2 of the boys 100-yard freestyle. Fastest here was lane 4, which is Nick Washington. We saw him do well in an earlier race.
Washington, one of the senior captains, also star player on the soccer team this year. And it looks like
Weston Williams is in the lead right now. But it's still anybody's race. It's a close race between Washington and Weston Williams.
wow. I really couldn't tell.
Washington takes it. Looks like his final reads there was just enough to beat him.
Won by less than 0.2 seconds.
Those are the type of races everybody appreciates.
For sure. Next up we got event 15, the mixed 500-yard freestyle. This will be a long one.
Yeah, this will be interesting mixed race. See 2 boys competing against 3 girls.
Aubrey Bowles is the distance swimmer on this swim team, committed to Villanova for swimming.
He's definitely shown his skill this past seasons at St. Chris, enough to get him an offer from a big D1 school.
Will Stevens is right there with him, though. They've got the people holding the signs. Remember, I did that for Joe Sullivan once. Way back when he swam for Nova. So the group of girls are about maybe 8 seconds behind here, but they're all with each other right now. Still a lot to go in this one. We'll see how that changes.
Aubrey Bowles has really separated himself. He's looking super strong right now. No signs of slowing down yet. But Stevens is still in it. Lane 2 and 3 are still neck and neck. That is Vallejo versus Coolin. With every stroke, it looks like Bowles is pulling ahead just a few inches more.
The Aubrey Bowles was definitely the favorite to win this one. But Will Stevens is putting on a good fight. Still right there.
We're right at the halfway mark for this. Nobody in lane 6 or 7 has separated himself too much. Still anyone's race. Lane 3, Coolin is separated a bit from lane 2, Vallejo.
So Bowles has kicked into his 13th straightaway, I guess. Still a lot to go here. And it looks like we might see, looks like Bowles might lap the first place swimmer of the girls group. This is just such a tough one to compete in. 500 yards, you gotta have a lot of endurance for that.
Yeah, I think this is one of the harder events. You really have to limit yourself to make sure you don't push too hard at the very beginning.
So big lead for Bowles here.
Bell's indicating the final lap. Bowles is really pushing it. Time is 4:27 right now. His past PR was 4:37, so he will not get it, but he's still doing great in first place.
And
he finishes with the time of 4:46. Steven finishes with a time of 4:52, only 6 seconds behind Bowles. Both lane 2 and lane 3 are in their last lap. Lane 1 has 1.5 more to go.
so in lane 3, Kate Coolin finished with a time of 5:27.25. Lane 2, Riley Vallejo will finish with a time of 5:33.46. And finally wrapping it up,
Molly Nystrom in lane 1 with a time of 5:59, right at 6. Next we'll see event 17, which is the girls 200-yard freestyle relay.
First pair is Wishnack versus Reynolds.
The gentleman with the mic said they're going to take a 10-minute break. So we're going to take one as well. Before we get started with the Event 17, we'd like to shout out Senior Manager Henry Porch. Really make sure, you know, things run really smoothly for these competitors. Puts in the work. I've seen him check the chlorine levels, fill the pool. He does what he needs to do. So he's also a member of the SID team, so we're really proud of him.
And just today, he's been timing the races, so he's putting in a lot of work.
Okay, girls.
So we'll get back to the swim meet here. We got the girls 200-yard freestyle. Don't know why that says relay.
It is the relay.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Girls 200-yard freestyle relay.
18 boys 200-yard freestyle relay. Each one swimmer should be on the wall behind the box. For boys,
Looks like they're running the same squad as before in the past relay.
Ah.
So first people to be swimming are Wishnack and Reynolds in lane 1 and 8.
So there's the whistle, and they're going to hop up on their pedestals.
girls, that means you. Step up.
Some confusion here.
Sorry. Swimmers taking mark.
Okay, here we go.
This should be interesting. Each swimmer is only doing a 50 free, so they'll be swimming the fastest they can. There's not really endurance in this race. It's just more of a sprint.
Yeah, and what it came down to last time was some swimmers just were delayed jumping off the stand when their, teammate reached the wall. We'll see how much of a factor that plays here.
Wishnack finishing first sends Maddie Bowles out. And Sam Lamberth just jumped out too. Bowles has a really big lead here. She's only the second in the line of the 4. Jumping in is Goodwin Burney. And there goes Morgan Rogers. Team on 1 through 4 is looking super strong. They've already sent Grace Perkins out as their finisher.
And she was really strong last time she did the freestyle, so no chance they're going to catch up with her.
Yeah, this race is looking like it's already over.
See what times they finish out here as she closes in.
Their time before was 1:37, and they got 1:45, so that's 8 seconds behind their initial seed.
Yeah, first meet of the season. I imagine they'll probably break it as it goes, as it continues.
The second team finishes with 1:52 seconds, and they didn't have a time before, so that was their placement.
So here's the boys' 200-yard free relay.
T. Bowles is in lane 1, racing against Weston Williams right now. This looks like a close race. Bowles is in the lead, though.
I will mention that only just because they're not competing against other schools, these times will qualify for states. So kids are certainly trying to hit marks to qualify for that competition.
This is Carter Perkins versus Case Kump. Case is really trying his best here to tie it up, but Perkins maintained the lead that Bowles had made. Sends in Emery Wise, lane 3, and Brandon Davis in lane 6. Wise is really pulling ahead.
The anchor for the first team in lanes 1 through 4 is Nick Washington, who's already jumped in and is halfway done. And the anchor for the second team is Joe Sullivan.
Yeah, and Joe cleared half the pool before he even came up, before he even surfaced. It's quite the dive in.
Nick Washington finishes it with ease with a time of 1 minute and 33 seconds, which is 4 seconds behind their original. The second team finishes with a minute and 35, which is 3 seconds behind their original. This is event 19, the girls' 100-yard free backstroke. Maddie Bowles in lane 4 had the fastest time. Looks like lane 5 right now is in the lead. That is Kate Coolin. She's looking very strong off the block. Yeah, Coolin's gotten a very big lead as she's looking to finish it. Everybody else is pretty equally tied. Coolin finishes with a time of 1:03, which is only 1 second behind her seed. It's a great race from her. Next up, event 20, boys 100-yard backstroke. This is heat 1 of 1. Fastest seed is lane 4, Joe Sullivan. But Jamie Boyd in lane 5 is close behind him with 56 seconds. Looks like Boyd is in the lead right now, beating out Sullivan. But it's close between the two.
Yeah, Joe Sullivan.
He's really pulling ahead now.
Joe Sullivan, also a star football player.
Normally that's not a common duo, swimming and football.
Yeah. Reclassed this year, so he's now a junior, which means the swim team will get an extra year out of him.
Boyd's still not slowing down. He'll definitely take this one.
And I wonder how it affects Sullivan, given that he just did the relay 2 events earlier.
I'm sure he has to be tired from that.
While Boyd hasn't swum in a while. Regardless, good race from both of them.
Boyd finishes with a time of 56.65, which is just 0.2 seconds off.
Wow.
His initial seed, so he's right up there. And Sullivan in lane 4 came in second with a time of 1:02, which is 8 seconds behind his.
So next up we got the girls' 100-yard breaststroke. Two heats for this one. First will be against 3 competitors. We got Adelaide Goldsby in lane 3, Caroline Wolf in lane 4, and Eloise Lamb in lane 5. It looks like Adelaide Goldsby in lane 3 had some issues with her goggles popping off. She gets that corrected, and she's off. Caroline Wolf with the early lead in this one. Lamb not far behind. And I didn't start the clock.
Lane 5 in the middle has already pulled ahead with a pretty good distance. Lane 3 and 5 are pretty tied up. Should be a close race between the two of them.
Yeah, Wolf found a lot of success with her push-offs, really extending her lead. And here's another. She goes into her final lap. They're definitely slowing down here. This is heat 1 of 2 heats. We got a full pool for the next one, eight contestants. So Wolf will finish with a time of 129.43. Next in lane 3 with a time of 138.86. And Lamb finished with a time of 140.97.
She really pulled ahead there. Beat the other two by almost 10 seconds.
So here's heat 2.
Best time we have here is, looks like Charlotte Wishnack in lane 4. She's being beaten right now by Hawkins. When the earlier races came down between the two of them. So again, this is Wishnack's time to get revenge on her.
So it looks like Wishnack is going to take this one. Finishing with a time of 107.60. And not far behind was Mary Stewart Hawkins, 110.05.
They've both been competing super well tonight.
You love to see it.
Their times are super close. It's nice to see that friendly competition between two friends at the same school.
Event 22, boys 100-yard, breaststroke.
This is heat 1 of 1. Best time listed is lane 4, Will Stevens, who is in the lead, but he's followed closely by lane 5 and lane 3.
Next event, event 23, girls 400-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1, girls should be behind the blocks on the wall, please. Girls 400-yard freestyle relay. Girls should be on the blocks and wall behind the blocks, please.
So Will Stevens in lane 4, currently leading. Brandon Moore in lane 5 is right there with him. And that push off the wall really tightened the gap. And it's a close one. And Stevens will take it. 102.35 from him. Brandon Moore with a time of 103.30. Less than a second behind. And next up we got, oh boy, got to turn the page here. The girls 400-yard freestyle relay.
Boys 400-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1, swimmers should be on the wall behind the blocks. Boys 400-yard freestyle relay. About 24, swimmers should be on the wall behind the blocks, please.
This is Hawkins versus Coolin. Close race here.
Extremely.
In comes Maddie Bowles and Trip Hawkins.
Maddie Bowles, one of the senior leaders this year. Close race. Trip Hawkins has definitely tightened the gap in this one. We go into our third. Oh, they go into their second lap here. Maddie Bowles still with the slight lead, but not by much. Two strong turns from both swimmers. And it looks like Hawkins has taken the lead on Bowles. And then comes Grayson Brumley and Olivia de Rosière. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And a strong jump from Olivia. She takes the lead back for her team. And the gap between the two swimmers is shrinking. So Rosie de Rosière still leads for this group. Brumley not too far behind. Rosier's definitely, her turns have definitely helped. Her strong turns have definitely helped sort of widen the gap between the two swimmers. We'll go into the final group here in a minute, or second, excuse me. Riley Vallejo for Team 1 and Emma Stevens for Team 2. And there's Vallejo and there's Stevens. So
Vallejo's in a big lead. She's looking good. We'll see if she can close it out.
Final lap from Vallejo. It looks like her team is going to take this one. Get times here in a second. Team 1 with a time of 3:58.76. And Team 2 with a time of 4:06.05. 8-second difference between the two teams. We have our final event. The boys 400-yard freestyle relay. Brandon Moore and Jamie Boyd will kick things off to open this one up. And
Brandon Moore with the slight lead. Jamie Boyd still close behind him. Looks like Brandon Moore just gets a tiny bit farther out when he kicks off the wall. That's been giving him the lead so far this race.
yeah. Like we said earlier, Brandon Moore is just such a strong swimmer. And he's going to have Aubrey Bowles here to jump in the pool. Senior captain.
This is Aubrey Bowles versus T. Bowles.
Not related.
This is really what Aubrey thrives in.
Yeah.
You can tell with this. It's really pushing.
So successful in the 500, so, 200 is like a piece of cake for him. Or, 100. And the gap is widening for Aubrey Bowles.
T's a fast swimmer, but Aubrey's just making it look too easy.
So next up, about to jump in for Bowles is Will Stevens and Brandon Davis. Another senior, 2 seniors. So in goes Stevens. And here comes Brandon Davis. And he goes. Stevens already pushing off that wall. Brandon Moore reaches it there. It's about a half a lap difference between the two.
Aubrey's run really settled this one.
Yeah.
Last people to be jumping in are Nick Washington and William Edwards. Washington has a massive advantage here.
Yeah.
He's already in the pool.
Tough to catch here. He is already at the wall before William Edwards jumps in. So that half a lap lead grew to a full lap. Impressive work by Team 1. Brandon Moore, Aubrey Bowles, Will Stevens, and Nick Washington to finish it up here. So Nick Washington approaching the wall. We'll see what time they finish at. 3:26.17. 2 seconds behind their record. And Edwards, they clock in at a 3:41.27, 15 seconds behind, and that is the last event here today. Very exciting stuff. Let me stop this clock. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today. We really appreciate the support. Pika 57 beers. That's awesome.
Say something.
This is only the first of many streams. We have, if school goes on tomorrow, we'll be streaming a basketball game.
Cross
so
our
make
fingers.
sure to tune in for that.
Snow day, please.
That'll be the first varsity basketball game against another school, which would be very interesting to watch during COVID. So yeah, make sure to tune in and subscribe if you haven't already. We enjoy everybody's present here, and have a wonderful day.
Stay safe, everybody.